Hello, I'm Emana Amawe, and I was the leader of the Fashion Entrepreneurs Community Group. I must say it was indeed an interesting time for me. I'd say this particular session or this particular semester of the community groups was really interesting because it happened during the time of a national lockdown when a lot of people had a lot of time on their hands. Then as the leader of the community group, the question was, what do we do with all this time? Because we had already scheduled quite a number of things we wanted to do. Things suddenly did not follow the plan that we had laid out. So we had to quickly think of how to do things differently. And most of our meetings were supposed to be physical meetings because fashion, we have pattern drafting, we have a lot of, we were supposed to have a lot of physical classes, and we had to quickly think of how we were going to move the program from the physical structure that we had already laid out to the online platform. We put our heads together and also invited some other people who are captains in the fashion industry who came on board via the virtual platform and shared ideas, shared thoughts. But a unique selling point for the Fashion Entrepreneurs Community Group for me, and I'm sure most of the participants share the same sentiment, is the fact that during the lockdown, the need for masks, face masks, suddenly, prior to the lockdown, nobody ever knew there was going to be a need for mass production of face masks. And then all of a sudden, there was this big demand for face masks, and everybody in the group is like, okay. In fact, the demand was so much that most of the time, the participants were not even able to meet up with we're not even able to meet up with the timelines. And this gave birth to collaborations because we had a lot of the participants who had not known themselves prior to this time calling out within the group for people who were willing to partner with them. So this lockdown semester of the community group gave birth to a lot of collaboration, partnerships, not just in the area of making of face masks, but we had people who decided to take the bull by the horn and begin to think outside the box or totally throw away the box and do things differently. There were businesses that were launched, or there were business ideas that were kick-started during the lockdown because people were able to leverage on the fact that everybody was on social media. All in all, I'd say the Covenant Nation Community Group is a place where people who share the same ideas can meet and identify and make the most for themselves, and beyond that, integrate more into the church. So I'd like to encourage you to look for a community group you can identify with and be a part of it.
For more information and registration, please go to www.insightsforliving.org/community groups. The Covenant Community Groups is an initiative of the Covenant Nation.